Well. Look at what we got here. Am I dreaming, or you the prettiest thing I've seen in these parts for quite some time? Yeah, keep your shirt on. I untie you when I feel like untying you. Caution before chaos, I like to say. Don't want to blunder in carelessly and do something rash I'll regret tomorrow. No sense in untying you before I know what's going on. That's right. I shot those two men that were stringing you up. But that don't mean they didn't have good reason for when you hung. Never seen you before. You're not from around these parts, so why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? How about starting with a name? Don't even want to give me a name. That's not very hospitable of you. Makes me think there might be a little something you trying to hide. Me? Oh, I'd be happy to oblige. Name's Veronica. Eh? That's right. Some people call me that as well. So you heard of me. Outlaw is only a name some folk use. I prefer vigilante. But if a cute fella like you wants to call me an outlaw, I'll allow it. Now, as you can see, giving me your name shouldn't pose much of a problem now, should it? After all, what kind of reputation could you have that would be worse than mine? Still not talking? Don't matter. I'll just call you Cutie then. Oh, not a fan of that one. Well, I suppose I could change it to deceased. You like that any better? Didn't think so. So unless you give me a better option, Cutie it is. Now, on to other business. Why those two want you swinging from that tree? Oh, I'm aware of who those two men are. Or rather were. Randy and Jake Richardson. Couple of the orneriest brothers you'll ever meet. I shot him for questioning him about why you're up here, because I didn't figure I'd get an honest answer out of him anyway. They're a couple of no-good lowlives that have been after me for a while and would have tried to shoot me dead without thinking about it even after I had the drop on them. I think you'll agree, seeing as how they were about to send you to the next life, that ridding the world of their existence wasn't wholly a bad thing. I'm aware they were wearing badges. They ran with one Jedediah Runefeld, a notoriously evil monster around these parts that came up with the bright idea to become the sheriff in this territory rather than the bandit leader. It was a clever move. No sense fighting the law when you can become the law. Now he runs his territory like it was his own personal plaything. His gang does their thieving and marauding in plain sight. Who's gonna stop him? Anyone who tries ends up in a cell on trumped up charges, or they wind up in a shallow grave. It's like they had that second option in mind for you. Mind telling me what made them decide on that little course of action? Heading Stony Ridge. What's there for you? You got family there? Maybe a wife you're returning to? No. Then why go to Stony Ridge? No, cutie, I don't think personal business cuts it at this point. You're currently sitting on your horse with a noose around your neck. If I wanted to, I wouldn't even have to shoot you. I'd just spook your horse and that would be the end of your little journey real quick. So why don't you give me a little more information than that? A little more than that's none of your concern. Yeah, I just said I know that those two were no good cutthroats. That don't mean you're not one either. Just because you're cute don't mean you're not a scoundrel. Sometimes the cutest ones are also the meanest. Help, huh? With what? How are you planning on helping out the good folk of Stony Ridge? What's in those saddlebags? Let me take a look. Oh, I wouldn't go kicking at me anymore if I were you, Shug. You might make your horse up and gallop away. So just calm down and let me see what we've got here. Bottles. Bottles filled with... What is this? What you got there? Is this... medicine? Yeah, I heard that an illness had fallen upon the people in town. Are you bringing them something for that? Why would Jedediah want you dead for that? Fine. Don't say anything else. Looks like I've learned all I'm gonna learn for right now. You know, you're not the most forthcoming individual, which makes sense seeing what you've been through today. You probably trust me as far as you can throw me, but that don't mean you're one of them. Trying to get medicine to those ailing folks in Stony Ridge don't make you a desperado worthy of being hung. Let me untie the rope from the tree. I never said anything about untying your hands, cutie. Or taking this noose from around your neck. I believe I said that I'll untie you when I felt like it. And I don't feel like untying you just yet. You're coming with me. Well, of course I could untie you and set you free, but you see, that was never an option. I wasn't determining if you were someone who should be released. I was determining if you were someone worth keeping. I've saved your life. If I hadn't come around, you'd already be dead. That makes you my property now. That's exactly what I said. I saved your life. So it's mine now. Whether you see it that way or not is irrelevant now, ain't it? Even if you don't like my logic. You're the one with his hands tied behind his back and with your neck still secured by a noose. And I'm the one with a loaded gun. 4 loaded guns if you want to get specific. Well, as 2 Bowie knives ready to go. So, pray tell, how are you planning on stopping me if I decide to just claim you? Of course I can claim you. I believe I just explained why and how. Now, come on. We'll have plenty of time to discuss this new arrangement of ours on the way home. For now, let's get out of the blazing sun and away from prying eyes that might be interested in knowing what's happened to, Randy and Jake here, as well as knowing where you might have run off to. No, come on now. Eat. It's just one more bite. Don't be stubborn. What do you think refusing the last bite will prove anyway? You had to have been hungry after what you've been through, even before I brought you here. And we spent the entire day reaching this spot. Now just eat. There you go. Good boy. Why shouldn't I say good boy? After all, cutie, you're mine. I can call you whatever I want. Well, if you're mine only so long as I have you tied up, then there's no incentive for me to ever untie you now, is there? No, don't look at me like that. I'll probably end up untying you someday. But I need to carefully weigh my options first. Caution before chaos. I have to do no such thing. You, in fact, are the one that has to do as I say. I rescued you, and now I own you. Why are you struggling so much with that concept? It's fairly straightforward. You should be dead. You're not dead. The entire reason you're not dead is me. If I hadn't stepped in and saved you, you wouldn't even be here to have this argument with me. No. Shh. I don't want to hear any more of your whining. Then I have to gag you as well as tie you. You really want me to do that? That's what I thought. Answer me this, cutie. Are you alive? And are you appreciative of me saving your life? Then at the very least, don't you feel you owe me something? You see, cutie? You're not disagreeing with my stance. You're just quibbling over the terms. Okay. Shh. No. Stop. We've been over this time and time again. You're mine, and that's that. I'm done talking about it. Now, come here. No, just come here. I'm going to get cozy for the night. That's right. It's going to get chilly tonight, so come here. You're going to cuddle up next to me for warmth. No, it is not inappropriate. I appreciate you trying to be a gentleman, cutie, but it really is going to get cold here tonight, especially once that fire dies, so just come here. There you go. I'll lay back on this rock, and you lay your head on my chest here. Go on. It's okay. That's a good boy. Here. Put this blanket over both of us to retain the heat. Why should I stop calling you a good boy when it gets that embarrassed little reaction out of you? Makes you even cuter than you already are. And I didn't choose the name Cutie for nothing. Now, calm down and relax. I want to rub your head and run my fingers through your hair. Does that feel good? Good. I'm glad. Ready to tell me anything about yourself? No. I suppose that's fair. If I want more information about you, I should be willing to tell you a little more about me. What you want to know? Really? Of all things you could ask, you choose to ask why I use the expression caution before chaos? My, you are an interesting fella, cutie. It was Jedediah. Jedediah is the reason why I say that. Jedediah is the man who made me who I am today. Huh? You can say that. Truth is, this whole world's turned upside down. At least my end of it. My daddy used to run with Jedediah. But before that, he was a ranch hand when he met my mama. He fell in love and had me. Daddy taught me everything there was to know about horses. Mama taught me everything there was to know about shooting. Hey, on my honor, my mama was a crack shot that could take the wings off a gnat. Daddy couldn't hit a black bear if it was 2 feet away, but he could practically speak with horses. He knew them inside and out. He loved horses and they loved him. When I was 8, he fell on hard times. Daddy lost his job when someone rustled a herd he was helping move to Texas. Couldn't find any decent work, so he took a chance and decided to run with Jedediah for a spell. Figured someone robbed him. It was only fair that he take some back. Mama wasn't happy about it, but Daddy told me he was that or starve, and He wasn't about to let that happen to us. I don't know everything that happened while he was in Jedediah's gang. But I do know that Daddy came home one day with a wad of money in his possession. Bought a farmstead and was making a go of it. It was hard work, but we had each other and we were happy. And one day Jedediah shows up with his gang, and this time he's got a badge, saying he's there to arrest my daddy for all the crimes he committed while he was in his gang. I don't know whose ass Jedediah kissed to get that badge, but now he had it. And he had it out for my daddy for daring to leave his gang. And he had the force of the law behind him. Ain't that ironic? The man trying to arrest my daddy was the man that got him to break the law in the first place. Jedediah promised he'd get a fair trial, but my mama knew it wasn't true. She knew my daddy was going to be hung before they even got back to town. Or shot in the back. She killed 2 Jedediah's men before they could even touch their guns. Jedediah shot her clean through the heart. Then shot my daddy next while he was crying over my mama. All while I was watching. I was 16 at the time. I wanted to. I didn't have a weapon on me, and even though Mama had taken 2 of them down, there was still 5 left. I chose caution over chaos. I would run off to regroup and start the flames of my retribution. I jumped onto my horse Firefly and took off faster than a tornado in Oklahoma. Spent the last few years doing what I can to take that bastard Jedediah down. He's put a price on my head and labeled me an outlaw for seeking justice for what he did. Thank you, cutie. I'm sorry too. I've been sorry for the whole of my life. You know, sometimes I think it would have been better, but I just chose chaos over caution and just charged the nearest henchman and let him shoot me dead. And then I never would have been there to save your life, cutie. Why am I keeping you? I've been out here on my own wreaking havoc on Jedediah's operations while living isolated and alone for a few years now. I wanted someone to hold. I wanted to feel the touch of another person again. True. If I untied you, you'd be free to hold me back. But would you? And that's why you're still tied. Your silence tells me no. Well, at least you're not sure. Didn't feel like taking that chance. I told you. I've claimed you. You're mine now. But don't worry, Kitty. I'm not the vicious outlaw those stories claim. Most of them have been exaggerated by Jedediah to make me look like the monster that he actually is. Oh, I aim to put a bullet between his eyes as soon as we're close enough to do so. I don't aim to harm those that don't deserve it, and that includes you. They can hang me at that point. I don't even care. I'll avenge my mom and my daddy, and that's all that matters. But enough of that. You don't have to tell me nothing else tonight. We're both tired. I'll keep stroking your hair as long as I'm awake. No, I told you. You never have to worry about that with me. I ain't planning on hurting you. Well, I ain't planning on hurting you. Close your eyes, cutie. I'm happy with you here on my chest tonight. Tonight is caution. Tomorrow will be the chaos.